one of my friends that I game with told me to put $50,000 into Bitcoin years ago. I didn't understand.
I got a story for you too on that one, man. Because I had my gym and Bitcoin just came out, and I had a guy come into the gym, and my wife was,
who's outside, by the way. You guys give her a hard time after this.
Absolutely. And he wanted to pay for a year's membership with Bitcoin. At the time, Bitcoin was not even a dollar. Not even a dollar for a Bitcoin, as far as the value. And my wife was like, I'm not taking that crap, right? That today would have been several $billion if you had just kept it, right? Yeah. And I go, smooth. You are so smooth. What a business person we were.
No, we've got sponsors that are trying to pay us in crypto. And her response was like, I don't know. And I'm like, maybe we do a little bit of it. I don't know. We're figuring it out. But
yeah, OBJ took his salary in the NFL in crypto. Everybody laughed at him. He kept it. And now look at OBJ now.
He's like, he doesn't care if he ever catches a fucking pass again. Because I don't give a shit.
You don't even have to look at a football.
Yeah, I would have had a couple $100 million if I was listening to my gaming buddy. My gaming buddy.
Yeah. Rampage plays games with
gotta listen to the nerds, man.
They all meet up once a year. Yeah. A bunch of kids from around the country all meet up at a Cracker Barrel in Nevada or something once a year. I wasn't trying to cut you off. What I wanted to talk about was during the moment of your career. You're one of the only fighters to ever KO Nate Diaz. He's a complete dog and a legend. One of my favorite fighters of all time.
Hold on. You said one of the only.
What?
The only.
There you go.
But I say one of the only because of the way we got attacked in the podcast Discord. People were like, you don't know about backyard fights. And I'm like, doesn't count.
He worried about that shit too much. I said, stop reading the comments.
Stop reading the comments. Brother, when you say Chuck Liddell beat up Hoist Gracie and you just like say random names and they're like, yo, they never fought. People get mad at me, not you.
Stop reading the comments. Look at where I'm so happy.
He just says things and then I get
He doesn't know. He doesn't know because he don't read the comments.
He don't read the comments.
Stop reading the comments.
We're on our way to get barbecue the other day. He's yelling at me at something. I'm like, do you read the comments? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, cool. Just keep it that way. So the reason why I
read the comments.
I learned it from the underground. I learned that shit from the underground years ago. You remember that shit?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fuck that. That's when I stopped reading comments.
I read the comments.
Phil Baroni used to live with me. Phil Baroni used to live with me. That fool was on the underground. He'd go to training, come back, be on the underground until night training. He would not leave the computer until fucking night training.
Absolutely.
5-6 hours on there just arguing with people. Just arguing with people. I was like, bro, he's like, I'm getting myself worked up for training tonight.
He was a special dude.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he was.
Yeah,
You don't know Phil Baroni.
No, we don't.
You know Phil Baroni?
We're gonna leave it at that. Yeah. So one thing that I wanted to talk about though, and because I do want to make this point, I feel like your generation of fighting, you got to make a lot more opportunity though with money because of the shorts. So in this Nate Diaz fight, you guys have sponsors on your shorts. It was a different climate, a different landscape. Do you feel? And I want you to walk me through this fight as well. But do you feel like this moment and this generation of fighters had more opportunity than the current day, or do you feel like the current day has more opportunity than this day?
No, this day for fighters. Look, I can't speak on what the UFC guys are getting paid now from Monster and from other companies. But I know it's not what I was making. Like in this fight here, for that shorts, I made about $86,000 just for the shorts.
You made more money off your shorts than I ever did. I think.
So I made about $86,000 for the shorts, and then my fight against Benson Henderson, I made close to 100. So those were the numbers, but then they came in with the Reebok deal. That was another reason why I was like, man, I got to leave the UFC because that's a lot of money, and for me that was a lot of money. I mean, even though people were talking about, we want to pay you this much and this, it just wasn't happening. Especially for the lighter weights, it wasn't happening. So, we didn't get no love.
Bro, it's stupid. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking that MMA was going to go to where some fighters were actually paid to fight in the UFC with sponsors. That's why I thought it was going to go, because it was getting so big, and you can generate so much revenue just off your shorts.
Yeah.
And think about some of the fighters that just get on the cards. They don't have to be big stars. Like, fuck, I pay you $100,000.
Yeah.
If they getting like $1 million or something off their sponsors.
Well, the crazy part is during this time, we had to get approval from the UFC for all these companies to go on there. So those companies had to turn around and pay the UFC to sponsor us.
That's because of the one that you got on your hat right there.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
Is it the reason why? Because they started the affliction deal.
Yeah.
But that whole thing happened. I mean, every company that was on me literally had to pay the UFC to sponsor me for that, and I still made $86,000.
You the one who started that shit?
Not me.
No, you know who started it? Randy Couture.
Randy.
We just had a podcast.
That's another reason for you to be mad at Randy.
Yeah,
it cost us all.
Oh my God,
you still mad at Randy?
There's all kinds of things to be mad at Randy about. I say it all the time. It's like the whole Mike Tyson thing. I say everyone thinks that old people can fight.